Hey there, this is Manga. Welcome to the 50-minute Banting Diet Body Transformation Masterclass. And my goal for today is to show you an entirely new and simple weight loss method that helped me lose 23 kilograms of fat and gain 6 kilograms of muscle, and most of all, helped me look the best I've ever been my whole life. Wow, that is a mouthful, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to show you how you can customize it to your exact body type and start using it right now to reach your ideal lean weight without 1. The frustration of plateauing, 2. Giving away the food that you love, 3. Exercising excessively, 4. Spending money on expensive products or a trainer, and 5. Gaining the weight back or ever getting stuck. And once you reach your goal, I will show you how to maintain your lean weight. Now, is this method for you? That would be a good question. Well, it works for anyone on the low-carb diet. Whether you want to lose excessive weight, just lose your belly fat, slim and tone, or build more muscle. I'm going to show you an exact template for each of these goals. And I'm going to go through them in just a moment. But more importantly, I will ask, do you want to learn the easiest and quickest way to lose weight naturally? Are you looking for a long-term healthy life transformation and not just a quick fix? Are you on the Banting, keto, paleo, or low-carb diet, or are you planning to start but don't know how it works to achieve your goal? Do you want to tone your body or build muscle quicker the natural way without engaging an expensive trainer or using expensive products? Are you tired of using quick fixes that don't give you long-term results? Is that a yes? Well, then pay attention because you're in the right place. Why is this different? Because I'm not going to talk about what you've already heard about. I'm not going to talk about Banting commandments, meal plans, or recipes, because even though they matter to those that want to maintain weight, there is more you need to know if your goal is to lose weight on the low-carb diet. What I'm about to show you is brand new stuff that you've not seen before, and it is the opposite of what most would advise you. This method can be customized to your exact goal, body type, and how your body responds. My goal is to show you that 1. There is more to losing weight than just using meal plans and recipes. 2. Losing weight on the low-carb diet has a clear and simple path that takes you from where you are to where you want to be without the frustration of getting stuck. And 3. You are unique and your body responds differently. You may not get the same results that others do by simply following what they do. You need to understand how your body works and learn how to employ what works best for your body to achieve your goal. To make it easier for you to understand and show you how simple this method is, I'm going to use a case study. And if you think that is not enough, I have some awesome bonuses, but only if you stay until the end of this training. I'm going to give you a replay of this masterclass, a blueprint that lists the food and food combinations other than carbs that make your body store fat. And I will give you some templates and frameworks that you can start using immediately for your weight loss journey. So stick around until the end. I need you to stay focused during this training. The material I'm presenting is brand new, and I've helped several people that previously struggled to lose weight shape their bodies and achieve phenomenal life changes, and I know how transformational it can be. I don't want you to get distracted, so do yourself the favor of staying focused. I cannot stress enough that this training is interactive. I will respond to all your specific questions with one-on-one feedback. So ask questions on how this method applies to your weight loss journey and shaping the body of your dreams. And I will get back to you personally at the end of this masterclass. We are going to move quickly because we have a lot of ground to cover. Anyway, who is this guy and why should you care? Maybe you don't. See, I am no one special and I'm going to give you the world's shortest introduction because I believe this applies directly to you and your weight loss and body transformation. But I must say, if I can do this, you can do it too. I was born in Davidton and grew up a skinny boy between two siblings. In 2008, in my final year of my master's degree, I discovered one thing that was going to change my life forever. That is why I'm sharing this with you. In that same year, I started the low-carb diet because my weight had started getting out of control. I chose the low-carb diet because I saw amazing transformations that others achieved. Also, it was the only diet that made sense to me. But despite the amazing things I heard about the diet, I just couldn't get the results I wanted. I was hung on using meal plans and recipes that floated around Facebook groups and low-carb diet websites. And after about 12 weeks of starting the diet, I got stuck. For over a year, I couldn't lose weight. One of the problems was I didn't have the time to read more about the diet. At the time, I had a full-time job, and being an engineer in training, I had no time to read about other stuff. But I still believed that the diet was the best for me, so I kept copying what others were doing. But I got nowhere and I really got frustrated. Then I decided to stop following others and using general meal plans and recipes and decided to read more about the diet. And guess what? What I discovered changed my life. I started losing weight consistently week after week, non-stop. And that was when the method was born. I went from plateauing at the same weight to losing 23 kilograms in a single year. I dropped my body fat from just under 40% to just over 10%. This is a whopping 75% body fat weight reduction. While others struggle to maintain their lean weight, I have maintained mine for over 5 years now. I make my own meal plans and I'm careful with my selection of recipes because I know what works best for me and I know what my body responds well to. But this is not about me. It is about a weight loss method that I discovered and how you can use it to reach your weight loss goal right now, period. The cool thing is, it works for virtually anyone. Take for instance Melanie from Mpumalanga. She was able to drop her size from 42 to 30. I mean, that is a 6 size reduction. And this is all natural. No products, no tricks, no gimmicks, simply using the low-carb diet the old-fashioned way. I'm telling you, this method really works. So I want you to think about that for a moment. What if you could eliminate most of the stress, frustration, and time and start transforming your body right now? What would it mean for your life to finally have a natural, no products, complete fill-in-the-blanks method for your exact body type to reach your desired goal? What if you could turn your body from a fat-producing factory into a fat-burning machine? Does that sound cool? Okay then, let's start losing weight that is. In this masterclass, I'll be sharing with you 3 Banting Diet weight loss, body toning, and muscle building game-changing secrets. Secret number 1. How to lose up to 10 kilograms of fat in 12 weeks with a 2 size reduction and consistently lose up to 1 kilogram of fat every week on the low-carb diet without plateauing with zero overwhelm. That's going to be a huge breakthrough for you. Secret number 2, how to combine metabolic workouts and intermittent fasting to boost your metabolism and drop your body fat to as low as 10% and tone your body and add some lean muscle to your frame without spending hours at the gym, using expensive products, or keeping yourself hungry. Secret number 3, how you can use a successful weight loss method right now and go from having 30 to 40% body fat and struggling to lose weight to having as little as 10% body fat and maintaining your lean weight forever while cutting out 90% of the wasted time and guesswork. Does that sound cool? Okay, let's dig right in. Okay, let's start with secret number 1. How to lose up to 10 kilograms of fat in 12 weeks with a 2 size reduction and consistently lose up to 1 kilogram of fat every week thereafter on the low-carb diet without plateauing with zero overwhelm. If you're like most that struggle to lose weight, you're suffering from what I struggled with. I call it the Banting Diet Frustration Syndrome, or BDFS in short, although I think I need to work on that acronym. Anyway, this is when you are in a total state of Banting commandment overwhelm and meal plan and recipe confusion, trying to figure out what works and who to listen to. And you are also suffering from information overload. Yuck. That's where you're consuming blogs, meal plans, recipes, and everything in between. It's like drinking from a fire hose, tons of content that don't fit together to give you results that you want. You might even be spending tons of time and money and still not losing weight. Well, here's some good news and something I discovered, and I wish I had learned this a long time ago, that it is not your fault. Everybody has a clear path to success. Think about it. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, chefs, all you do is show up, get the training, and get certified and start working, and you achieve your goal. There is a clear path from where you are to where you want to be. Everyone uses a predefined, well-tested route, except for you who wants to lose weight. There is no path that shows you the weight loss phases and stages and what to do for each one of them. This is partly because of what I call the G-myth. This is when all the gurus out there try to push pieces of the puzzle but not giving you the key ingredients required for success. They want to upsell you in nickel and dime to death and give you stuff that your body does not respond well to. And they sell quick fixes and non-functional products. So I want to cut through all that and show you how to consistently lose weight on the low-carb diet. So let's zoom out and see the forest through the trees, and let me show you a clear path to weight loss success. This applies to anyone that wants to lose weight and transform their body on the low-carb diet. These 4 core steps that I'm going to cover in this training. But first, I need you to go on a strict information diet. What is that? I need you to pay attention to what I'm going to cover in this short training and implement it step by step, and stop consuming all the blogs, meal plans, recipes, and all the other stuff that is only adding to your frustration, only giving you one piece of the puzzle. So if you agree to go on a strict information diet, I'm going to give you a very powerful weight loss method that you can use right away. Remember when I said back in my final year of my master's degree, I discovered something that would change my life forever a couple of years later? Well, this is it. You see, when I was doing my final year at UP, we had frameworks and templates that we used to write our work. With the amount of work that needs to be covered, it is almost impossible to try and figure out and use your own kind of format. You need a framework and template that cuts through all the pain and suffering and helps you present an amazing end product. A few years later, when I was trying to lose weight, while trying to follow through the footsteps of low-carb diet mentors like Dave Hart, Tim Noakes, Eric Berg, and people that were using visual models like this, it clicked. I was like, wait a minute, every single thing, every step that a person has to take, you can cut out 90% of the pain by creating a framework, right? So, I will walk you through the successful weight loss path, and I'm going to show you a framework for literally every step. So you are not only going to get the strategy on a one-page template, I'm going to show you how you can use frameworks to shortcut your weight loss progress and really start moving towards your goal quickly. The first part that I want to talk about is achieving keto conversion. You see, everyone talks about meal plans, recipes, exercises, but the truth is, if you don't achieve keto conversion, nothing else will work. What is keto conversion? Keto conversion is when your body converts from using glucose to using fats. This happens to be the key guiding principle of the low-carb diet. Now, most make the mistake of thinking that when you eat less carbs, your body uses fat. I used to think that myself. But it is not that simple. Your body is conditioned to using carbs, and you have to convert it to using fats, and there is a specific method you have to use. You might argue that you eat less carbs to no carbs at all, and that's a compelling argument. Well, here's the thing. While your body is still conditioned to using glucose, it will convert the protein that you eat into the glucose it needs in a process called gluconeogenesis. And if you're not eating enough protein, your body may dissolve your own muscle tissues and turn it into glucose in a process called catabolism. In this case, you will also experience some weight loss, but it is due to loss of muscle, not fat. If you are struggling to lose weight on the low-carb diet, chances are your body has not converted yet. Achieve keto conversion and you're on your way to losing weight on the low-carb diet. It is that simple. In fact, achieving keto conversion is responsible for 80% of your success. It is the work that you don't see happening, but counts the most. This is how you go from having 30 to 40% body fat, spending endless hours exercising and struggling to lose weight, to having a body that burns fat like a furnace. It is almost fail-safe because you would have done all the homework up front, and more importantly, it is super simple. The first part of keto conversion is called diet plan formulation. Quite simply, this is your whole weight loss journey on one page. Under the diet plan formulation training, there are several resources that we give to our members. Now, I'm going to buzz through some of them so that I can get to the important ones. We will start with what we call the Beginner's Weight Loss Planner to make sure that you have a clear picture of where you are and where you want to be. It is like planning a trip and gathering everything you need for it. What is your current fat percentage? Your body fat percentage is important because it determines your health level, and you can measure this using a simple calipers. They are inexpensive and very accurate. If you have access to a body analyzer, you can use it, but make sure you use the same equipment for the duration of your weight loss. Calipers are very cheap. They cost about 150 Rand, and they are quite accurate. I advise that you get yourself one. Based on your gender and age, what should your fat percentage be? We have tables that can help you determine yours. This should then be your target. Don't worry about how far you are from your target. I will show you how to get there. Based on that, you can calculate how much fat you need to lose. Then, are you comfortable with your planned pathway? And are you aware of the time it will take you to reach your target weight? Then you document all that in what we call the phase assessment. But why do you have to go through the trouble of measuring yourself? It is very important to know where you are starting from and seeing where you are going and having the ability to measure your progress. What we are interested in is losing fat and dropping the fat percentage. You can't determine that by using a scale. Also, you want to have the ability to make the necessary adjustments should you not be getting the results you expected. It is like when you are traveling. You know where you are coming from and where you are going, and you want to make sure that you are heading in the right direction by using a GPS. If you veer off course, the GPS will warn you and show you how to get back on track. Does that make sense? The important thing to note here is that your progress should be measurable. Then we look at the method you're going to use. Very simply, this is the method that you will use to achieve keto conversion, and we have two methods that we use, depending on whether you know your insulin sensitivity level or not, but more on this later. I'm sure you see how powerful this process could be for your weight loss. The next step in achieving keto conversion is blocking fat production. This is super powerful because it stops fat production. Folks, this is a game changer if you get this right. We have, as you may guess, a framework for that, and let me walk you through how it works. When you start the low-carb diet, the first thing you want to do is convert your body from using glucose to using fats, which is essentially what we refer to as keto conversion. When your body uses glucose, it may also release excess insulin. This has three side effects. 1. It increases your appetite and makes you eat more than necessary. 2. It makes you feel hungry much quicker. And 3. Most of the food that you eat is stored as fat instead of being used for energy. When your body converts to using fats, insulin release is minimized. This has 3 benefits. 1. Your appetite decreases and you eat only what is necessary. 2. You stay longer without feeling hungry. And 3. Most of the food that you eat is used for energy. In short, your body stops producing fat. The question then becomes, how do you achieve keto conversion? It is very simple. You have to achieve the absence of insulin and maintain it for a minimum of 10 days to convert the body from using glucose to using fats. As I mentioned earlier, we have 2 methods that we use to achieve and maintain the absence of insulin. If you know your insulin sensitivity level, you can use the moderate method to achieve the absence of insulin. And if you don't know your insulin sensitivity level, you should use the strict method to achieve the absence of insulin. If in the 10 days you break the absence of insulin chain, the conversion will not be successful. In our case, we go for 12 days. But you may ask, how would you know that the conversion was successful? At the end of the 12 days, you check whether you lost water weight. You see, when your body uses glucose, it retains a lot of water. When it switches to using fats, the water is lost as water weight. This is how you know you achieved the conversion. In the rare case that you don't achieve it, you have to make a few adjustments and try again. But like I said, this is the heart of the whole process. You get this right, everything else will be a breeze. Does that make sense? It is critical to get this correct. If you have a question, please ask because it is critical to losing weight, building muscle, and toning your body on the low-carb diet. The next step of achieving keto conversion is effective carb loading. You have seen how to convert to keto, and it is very important. The goal for this next stage is to use carbs to reboot your basal metabolism. Naturally, when you convert to using fats, you consume less calories. As a result, your basal metabolism begins to drop. You burn less and less calories as you progress through the stages of your diet. This becomes a big problem because your body becomes less and less effective with burning fat. To reboot your basal metabolism and keep it elevated, you need to load your diet with carbs. However, this is only done when keto conversion was successful. Else, carb loading will do more harm than good. If you do this correctly, your body will continue using fat despite the presence of glucose, and this has 3 major advantages. 1. Insulin without the subsequent fat production boosts metabolism and induces muscle growth. The increase in muscle increases basal metabolism capacity. 2. Glycogen stores are replenished, and this will give you an energy and performance boost in your first 2 weeks. And 3, it gives you the chance to enjoy favorite foods and treats that are high in carbs, so you will have your cake and eat it too. Now, the range in which carb loading is effective is very narrow. This is why it has to be controlled. Too few carbs will not reboot your basal metabolism, and too much carbs will knock you out of ketosis and you will start producing fat again. For this purpose, we have a carb loading calculator, and there are 2 elements that I encourage monitoring closely. 1. How you respond to the amount of carbs, and 2. The effect that the duration of the carb loading has on you. So, in case you haven't noticed by now, every step that you take depends on how your body responds, and that is what matters the most. Let me walk you through the whole process of achieving keto conversion with a case study as an example so you can see how powerful this method can be. Lyra struggled to lose weight on the low-carb diet until 2013 when she started this method. The first thing she did when she started the weight loss method was take her measurements. Her initial weight was 73 kilograms and her body percentage was 43. She used a caliper to measure her fat percentage. So now she knew her total weight and how much of that weight was body fat. The body fat weight came to 31 kilograms. From the tables, she identified her ideal body fat percentage. Based on that, her ideal weight worked out to 54 kilograms and her fat weight worked out to 12 kilograms. Don't worry about how to do the calculations for now, we have a course for that. I need you to focus on following the method. Based on these calculations, she needed to lose 19 kilograms of fat to reach her lean weight. On the basis of losing between 0.5 to 1 kilogram of fat per week, she estimated that it would take her 13 months to reach her target. See, she had a very clear picture in her mind where she was starting from and where she needed to be. The next step was how she would get there. Because she didn't know her level of insulin sensitivity, she used the top-down, which we also call the strict assessment method, to achieve the absence of insulin. She followed the guidelines and managed to achieve and maintain the absence of insulin for 12 days. After 12 days, she lost a total of 6 kilograms. But she was aware that it was mostly water weight, so she didn't expect to see any change in size. For her, this was a milestone because according to the guidelines, the 6 kilograms was within the range of confirming she indeed achieved keto conversion. Now that she knew she achieved keto conversion, she was ready to spike her diet with carbs. Based on her initial assessment, the allowable carbs were 450 grams over a period of 36 hours. Now, do you see how powerful this step-by-step method is? If you have a question, please ask by tapping in the message box and I will respond to you personally. Is everyone still with me? Perfect, let's continue. So what we did in the previous phase was stop your body from producing fat. Now we can start examining and focusing on fat metabolism or fat burning itself, which is simply how you maximize fat burning to burn away the excess fat it had been storing all these years. We're going to use something called the keto cycle satiation assessment to find your optimal fat burning zone. But first, let's talk about fat metabolism 101, the basics, the key components of every successful weight loss strategy on the planet, so you can go from struggling to lose weight to burning maximum fat, losing up to 1 kilogram of fat every week, and learn how to harness the power of the low-carb diet on demand. If I have contributed anything to this overcrowded weight loss space, it is this keto cycle satiation assessment that you see here. This might be the most powerful part of this training in terms of context for you because it puts your entire fat burning strategy on one page. This works for anyone that wants to maximize fat burning. In fact, when we carry out the fat burning optimization for your weight loss, it's going to be based on this. I just use what I call the hunger test to tweak it to your specific goal and how your body responds. But what you see here are the core elements of every successful weight loss on the low-carb diet, and the model is based on what I call swim lanes. When you look at this image here, you see in the middle lanes the meals broken down into their respective macronutrients. I don't want to dehumanize your diet, but your meals are made up of calories, macronutrients, meal intervals, and the number of meals. First, you determine the most ideal proportion of each macronutrient in your meals. The proportions should ensure that 1. Minimum amount of insulin is triggered during your meals, and 2. Your meals keep you satiated or satisfied for longer periods. This will ensure that your body does not produce fat and will maximize the amount of body fat burned. So, if you are following, you will notice that there are 4 key elements that we monitor in the keto cycle satiation assessment. 1. The total amount of calories you consume in a day. 2. The source and proportions of the 3 macronutrients. 3. The intervals between each meal, which is the periods you are not eating but not starving yourself at the same time. And 4. The number of meals that you have in a day. See, in the perfect world, you would start and continue losing weight immediately after achieving keto conversion. In fact, this is the part where most people get stuck. Naturally, the body doesn't favor losing weight. It perceives it as a threat to its survival. You need to find a way of nurturing it and assuring it that the process is no threat to its survival. So, what the satiation assessment does is induce fat metabolism, monitor it, and make necessary changes to keep the body firing at its full potential. That way, even though counting calories is important, you would not need to count the number of calories you take. On top of the page here, you can see the time you have your meal. So, what time of the day do you feel hungry without the urge to binge, snack, or just feel the need to chew on something? What times does your body have the real need to nourish your body cells? The trick here is to eat only when you are hungry, not according to a specific schedule, and you need to take note of this because it will help you determine whether you are burning fat or not. So, if you feel hunger in shorter intervals, you will immediately know that you are not in the fat metabolism zone and you have to adjust your macronutrients. In the middle, you have the macronutrients themselves. What proportion of each of them do you have per meal and how are they distributed throughout the course of the day? The idea is to proportion and distribute them to ensure maximum fat burning, depending of course on how your body responds. At the bottom you have the intervals between each meal. Basically, this is the period between each time you feel hungry and have something to eat. This interval helps you determine whether you are still in the fat burning zone or not, and the time period you are keeping yourself in the zone. But for the sake of keeping it very, very useful and impactful for you now, this is the one-page fat burning maximization one-pager, and at the end of the day, you are just going to fill in these blanks. So once I give you the keto cycle satiation assessment template, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it and what to put in it and how to proportion your macronutrients and your meals. And you're going to maximize fat burning as far as you can to move as close as you can to losing 1 kilogram of fat per week. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense, and I hope you can see how powerful it can be. Again, please ask if you have questions. Now what I want to do is zoom into the meals, the center of this image, and I call that the meal plan success factor, which is how the keto conversion content that we covered earlier fits in with the rest of your weight loss plan. So if you look on your left, you have your keto conversion composed of your diet plan, blocking fat production, followed by a brief controlled period of carb spike. This is then followed by fat metabolism maximization, which has 3 core components. Now let me emphasize this. Every low-carb diet weight loss strategy on the planet has some kind of 1. Fat burning maximization, which includes stretching as far as possible the ketosis state. The ketosis state is the state in which the body maximizes fat metabolism. 2. Performance optimization. This is where you determine the amount of carbs in your diet when your energy and performance levels are at their peak. We have a specific format which you will not see anywhere else. And 3, the mental edge, which is simply how you keep yourself psychologically inspired and physically motivated to stay on the diet and continue to move towards your desired goal. So what we are going to do now is deconstruct each of these pieces. And again, these are the core elements of every successful weight loss plan. And then I'm going to show you how you can apply them to maximize burning your excess fat. So looking at the diet body weight loss method here, we can see that the first step is maintaining the absence of insulin. This is the one piece of educational material that you use to keep your body burning 2 to 10 times more fat and, more importantly, set the stage for the rest of the weight loss plan. Most people make the mistake of counting the amount of carbs they eat instead of monitoring how the body responds. The one thing that they miss is our bodies respond differently to the same amount of carbs. For example, when I eat 50 grams of carbs, my insulin level shoots to about 460 picomole per liter, but when my brother eats the same amount of 50 grams of carbs, his insulin level rises to only 210. My insulin level is more than 2 times that of my brother for the same amount of carbs. even though we are related. What does that mean? It simply means that he has a higher glucose tolerance compared to me. And that means that he can eat more carbs than I can and still maintain the absence of insulin. This is basically why general meal plans and recipes that don't employ an upfront form of planning are not effective for losing weight. You need to learn how to maintain the absence of insulin. We use something we call the absence of insulin impact matrix. It is very nerdy, I know, but we want to use a strategy that is highly effective and one which your body responds well to. So even though you might put a lot of effort in eating less carbs, using meal plans and recipes, if you can't maintain the absence of insulin, your body will not burn enough fat or might not burn any fat at all to lose weight. How do you know that you're maintaining the absence of insulin? It is actually simple. We use something we call the hunger test to make sure that your strategy to maintain the absence of insulin meets these 3 criteria to maximize fat burning over longer periods based on how your body responds. Fasting without hunger. Fasting is the period you spend from one meal to another without eating and not feeling hungry. Maximum fat burning occurs while you fast. The longer you remain in the fasting state, the more fat you will continue burning. I call it the fat burning zone. However, immediately hunger sets in, the fat burning begins to drop significantly. At this point, you have to eat. And when you do eat, your body stops burning body fat and uses what you ate as the source of energy. Avoiding staying starved. Starving is the time you spend without eating while feeling hungry at the same time. Starving is both hard and slows down metabolism, making you burn less fat. Conventional weight loss methods teach you to eat less meals more frequently during the course of the day. This is not only hard, it is also not effective in the long run. In between meals. If your fasting periods are less than 3 hours, then your body is not given enough time to burn your belly fat. It is primarily using what you eat as its source of energy. If fasting periods are more than 3 hours, your body is tapping into your fat reserves and burning more of your body fat for energy. We use a framework for maintaining the absence of insulin called the ultimate absence of insulin. But the bottom line is maintaining the absence of insulin is what maximizes fat metabolism. Once you have mastered how to maximize fat burning, the second step of the phase is optimizing your performance. At first, when you start the low-carb diet, you will feel a bit sluggish. Your energy levels will be low. This is because your body is still adjusting to oxidizing fats for energy. The efficiency by which your body oxidizes fat differs from individual. Fat oxidation is simply the body's ability to break down fat and use it for energy. The more adapted your body becomes, the more energetic you will be. Now you can increase your energy levels by adjusting the allowable carbs in your diet without affecting your fat metabolism. It is, however, very important that you get it right. We have a unique method that we use to determine how adapted your body is to oxidizing fats. This method will rapidly help your body become more adapted to using fats by finding your peak performance. The more adapted you become, the more energetic you will be, and you will find yourself flourishing on fats. For people that just want to lose weight, this could be their full program. You wouldn't have to do strenuous workouts or complex programs or doing some more advanced weight loss techniques. You just need to master how to maximize fat burning and then optimize your energy. Hopefully that does make sense. Let's move on to the mental edge. Increasing your mental edge will depend on your starting point, your goal, and how long it will take you to get there. Every single diet has a psychological component to it. This is how participants stay motivated to follow the program and inspired to stay on it. And that could be one-on-one discussions, a weight loss community, family support, peer support, having a mentor, but this is simply your support system. What makes you wake up, do what you need to do for the day, and move one step closer to reaching your goal? Now, the more rigid your support system is, the more likely you will remain on the diet and continue to move towards your goal. The takeaway: every single weight loss strategy has these 3 elements. Okay, I'm really excited to talk about secret number 2, how to combine metabolic workouts with intermittent fasting to boost your metabolism and drop your body fat as low as 10% or having a flat tummy and tone your body and add some lean muscle to your frame without spending hours at the gym, using expensive equipment, or keeping yourself hungry. So, this is going to be really powerful and transformational for you. Let's zoom out and look at the weight loss method and where we are now. We are talking about body shaping finally. Now it is time to take your weight loss to a whole new level using anabolic workouts to shape your body. Most people start with exercise and fasting to lose weight. They have it upside down. They are not looking at the body transformation process in phases, much less the foundation. Remember one thing, 80% of your success is going to lie in achieving keto conversion and optimizing fat oxidation and performance, as we said earlier. But now, let's talk about how to put it all together using body shaping techniques that made me drop my body fat from 18% to 11% without staying hungry and gained over 6 kilograms of lean muscle with only 90 minutes of workouts per week. So anytime you can spend 90 minutes a week working out and gain as much as 6 kilograms of muscle, you must be doing something right. I achieved all this without the help of a professional trainer, and most of our members are using the same model. So pay attention, I think this is going to be a lot different than what most people are telling you to do with your workouts. Let's talk about how to go from having belly fat to having a flat tummy. This is really powerful because with this method, you will take advantage of your optimized energy and performance levels to increase your strength and build some muscle to shape your body. Let me show you how to go from a total state of body shaping overwhelm where you're trying to figure out what workouts are the best to training like a pro while enjoying your workouts. Think about what it would mean for you to spend only 90 minutes a week working out without a trainer and get the body of your dreams. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. If you look at the diet body weight loss method here, you will notice that we are at the core strength development stage, which is simply how you develop a foundation onto which you will build your intended body shaping goal. When you're building a house, the first thing that you will do is build a solid foundation, right? It is the same thing with shaping your body. First, you need to develop a strong core. We use the foundation core development model. You're really going to dig this. The one-page template that we use to check your body type and level of fitness. You can't go from zero to the most advanced workouts in the world, or you will never get there. Part of the reason why people aren't successful with increasing their fitness and shaping their bodies and look the same year in, year out is that they are trying to do the most advanced techniques that they see other professionals do right off the bat. Worse still, they do not employ techniques that are effective for their particular body type. If you're an endomorph, running on a treadmill to lose weight is not just harder, but a complete waste of time. If you're trying to tone your body with isolation moves that advanced bodybuilders use for sculpting, you run the risk of injuring yourself. You have to be sure you're climbing the right mountain. So, starting with your body type, are you an endomorph, an ectomorph, or mesomorph? And apply the appropriate techniques to develop your core. And based on this, you simply calibrate your workout regime to your body type. In other words, if you're an ectomorph, you use Ectocore Foundation Builder. If you're a mesomorph, you use Mesocore Foundation Builder, and if you're an endomorph, you use Endocore Foundation Builder. Then you move to the core technique of your workouts. What is your main goal? Do you want to build more muscle? Do you want to tone your body? Or a little bit of both? Based on what your main goal is, you use the Slim Firm Tone for slimming and toning or the Optimax Mass workouts for packing massive muscle gains. Basically, your workout routine will be composed of a 5-minute warm-up, followed by the natural fat burning and muscle building hormone booster workouts, either the Optimax Mass workouts or the Slim Firm Tone techniques, then concluded with a 5-minute cool down. Optimax Mass workouts are great if your goal is to gain muscle. You learn how to add resistance to your natural movement to maximize muscle engagement and minimize straining your joints. You also learn how to employ a technique we call OptiFail Rep, which is basically a technique that maximizes muscle fiber stimulation and hypertrophy to optimize muscle growth quicker. Then you learn how to utilize all 3 phases of each rep you perform. Most people throw weights when they're doing their workouts. They don't control the weights. This is because most people focus on the positive portion of the rep cycle. This is the part where you lift the weight, like when you are bench pressing. This portion accounts for only 30% of the overall muscle stimulation. Then on the negative phase of the rep cycle, which is the opposite direction of the lifting, they simply drop the weights. What they don't know is that this portion of the rep cycle accounts for up to 60% of muscle stimulation. This is why you can spend only 90 minutes per week in the gym using Optimax Mass workouts and achieve better results than someone that spends 8 hours per week in the gym using conventional methods. The Slim Firm Tone techniques are great for those that want to just tone their body. They can also be alternated with the Optimax Mass workouts to get the best of both worlds, and the ratio can be determined by what you intend to achieve. You may even change the regime as time goes. For example, if you feel you have packed enough muscle, you can switch to the Slim Firm Tone techniques to continue to decrease your body fat percentage. If you look at the diet body weight loss method here, you will notice that we are at the muscle growth stimulation, which is simply how you boost your natural fat burning and muscle building hormones. The Optimax Mass workouts and the Slim Firm Tone techniques are great for burning more fat by prolonging the afterburn effect. This is basically the state in which your body continues to burn fat as though you are still working out even though you are resting. This is what makes the 2 techniques superior. This effect essentially boosts your metabolism and keeps it elevated for longer periods. On top of that, the techniques boost natural muscle building and fat burning hormones. These techniques are the easiest to use in the world. You won't need a trainer to execute these techniques. You can do them on your own or with a gym partner. The truth is, you don't have to work very hard to get the results that you want. You just have to work smart. I combined hypertrophy or muscle building work with conditioning to strip away unwanted body fat. I interchanged Optimax Mass workouts with Slim Firm Tone techniques with an 8:1 split ratio to maximize muscle growth and fat burning and avoid plateauing. I'm going to show you the one program that you should be using right now that is going to save you a heck of a lot of time and wasted effort, hopefully. Do you remember Lyra? She followed the same method. She identified herself with endomorphs, developed her core, and then moved to Slim Firm Tone techniques. The combined effect of maximizing fat burning of the previous phase and the basal metabolic boost of this phase, she was able to lose 13 kilograms and dropped from size 16 to size 12 in only 6 months. I'm telling you, anyone can follow this method. You can do it too. Are you all following? Does this step-by-step method make sense? Now, do we have any more questions at this point? Please type them in the message box and I will reply to you personally. Now it is time to lose your most stubborn fat using a technique called intermittent fasting. You should not do intermittent fasting if you have not lost at least 60% of the overall weight that you need to lose to reach your target. For example, if you need to lose a total of 10 kilograms of fat to reach your target, you should not fast until you have lost at least 6 kilograms of fat. In fact, you should never start fasting until you are 100% sure you have reached your set point. Your set point is the point at which your body will not lose excess fat any further. This happens when you reach 15 to 25% body fat. Of course, this depends on your gender and age. As I mentioned earlier, 80% of your success lies in achieving keto conversion. So now let's talk about how to put it all together using intermittent fasting that helped me lower my set point and dropped my body fat from 18% to 11% without starving. And this was my first try at intermittent fasting. I've since tweaked the process and most of our members are using the same model, so pay attention. I think this is going to be a lot different from what people are telling you to do with dropping your set point using intermittent fasting. Let's talk about how to go from plateauing to losing even the most stubborn fat to have the body of an athlete even at the age of 60. Looking at the weight loss method, we are finally at the final phase. Hopefully this image now makes a lot more sense. After achieving keto conversion, maximizing fat burning and performance, and learn how to boost your metabolism with workouts, now we get to put some electricity into the circuit with intermittent fasting. You can see that this stuff works. As you can see from this screen, I dropped almost 12 kilograms using intermittent fasting that I started in January until October. At one point in time, I was beginning to gain some weight, but I rapidly started dropping off the weight. And here is why. It is very, very important. There is a fast cycling schedule that I figured out that I haven't seen anybody else talking about. It is very simple to use. Let's start with the initiation phase. In the initiation phase, you start by reducing the number of meals you have in a day. For example, if you have 4 meals a day, you reduce them to 3, and so on. Then you move to the extension phase. In the extension phase, you start by increasing your longest fasting duration. For example, if you had your last meal at 8 p.m. the previous night and have your breakfast at 8 a.m. in the morning, your longest fast duration will be 12 hours. Based on that, you start to increase your duration until you reach, let's say, 16 hours. If you have your last meal at 8 p.m. the previous night, you don't eat until 12 p.m. at noon. Then you get to the final stage, the cycling stage. Here, what you do is cycle between fasting and non-fasting to avoid stalling and plateauing. You can alternate days or alternate weeks. Your body will guide you with what is more effective for you. You will immediately pick it up when you didn't have a productive week. Hopefully that makes sense. Are you following me? This is the strategy that I use to reach 11% body fat, a step-by-step method that you can put into use right away. You know what to do, at least. Now, let me show you how. So, the most important part about this training is actually how you can get the results, how you can implement this method, how you can get your questions answered and make this life transformation happen for you. So secret number 3 is how you can use a successful weight loss method right now and go from having 30 to 40% body fat and struggling to lose weight to having as little as 10% body fat and maintain your lean weight forever on the low carb diet while cutting out 90% of the wasted time and guesswork. So how to get there 5 times faster. Let's cover what it takes to win fast. And by what it takes to win fast, I mean how you can get from where you are now to where you want to be and transform your body on the low carb diet without the frustration of getting stuck or plateauing, and most importantly, without ever buying another overpriced and overhyped diet program, diet plan, or course again. I want to underscore that because what I'm about to show you is much different than anything you've ever seen out there. I think we have truly disrupted the weight loss industry with this, and let me show you how we can help you get the results. So, we have covered a great deal in a very short time. Hopefully you now know what to do and what not to do when it comes to losing weight and shaping your body on the low-carb diet. You need to achieve keto conversion. You need to maximize fat metabolism. You need to boost your metabolism and drop your set point to reach your target lean weight. But now I want to show you how. In other words, exactly how we can help you get those results with our method quickly. It is called the Diet Buddy Weight Loss Community, and I'm very excited to show you this. I think you can tell. We have a tool we call the Belly Fat to Six-Pack Weight Loss Success Path, and it shows the 4 stages of weight loss, right? So if you're watching this, you are in one of these stages. You are either in the struggling stage where your body stores more fat than it burns for energy, as you can see at the bottom here. You have more than 30% body fat. Or maybe you are in the constant plateau stage where you keep gaining back the weight that you lose. Or maybe you already have increased muscle to fat ratio. In other words, you have reached 15 to 25% body fat. But even then, you are finding it hard to maintain your lean weight because you are not using a method that is easy and predictable, where you can control your weight easier and on demand, right? So, if you're in the struggling stage or plateau stage, I want to show you exactly how we can help you. So please pay attention. This is really going to be a game changer. So we talked about the path from point A to point B, the weight loss method, right? How to implement the right keto conversion, the right fat metabolism, basal metabolic boost, how to drop the set point, and everything we just said. And you have to do this in the same order that I presented it to you. You have to actually take the time and get every step right because it builds upon itself, and there's nothing more frustrating and kind of riskier than hoping to lose weight on the low-carb diet and realizing you are not using the right method for achieving keto conversion or for your workout plan. That would be a nightmare. So let me show you something I'm really excited about and how we can help you transform your body faster, bottom line. So what I've done is I'm taking every step in this process, every step in this framework that I've shown you. Keto conversion to maximizing fat burning and boosting basal metabolism to losing stubborn fat with intermittent fasting. And I've broken it down into step-by-step training with frameworks and templates and done for you cheat sheets and checklists. So you can show up, go through a quick piece of training, fill out the framework and move on, okay? And it covers everything. The beginner's diet planning, how to map and plan your weight loss journey and make it a success. The Banting Diet Weight Loss 101 course, the knowledge that shows you how to lose weight consistently on the low-carb diet. Then we craft that information so you can achieve the absence of insulin to block fat production and lose all the water weight. Then you move on to learning how to choose the right kind of fats to use in your diet to ensure that the good cholesterol is elevated while the bad cholesterol drops, and also help you maintain the absence of insulin better to maximize fat burning. With the weight loss progression course, you learn how to monitor, tweak and adjust your progress to avoid plateauing so you can burn fat 2 to 10 times quicker and help you reach your goal faster. Then we get to the Natural Performance Boost. This is one of the most robust courses I've ever built. It breaks down how to manage your allowable carbs in your diet to maximize both fat burning and performance. This course has tons of checklists and frameworks and even accomplishment badges, so we know that you're on track, and it's super cool, and I'll show you how it works in a minute. Foundation Core Building, how to build a solid core as a foundation for the more advanced body toning and muscle building workouts. The Optimax Mass Workouts is a unique course for those that wish to learn how to build more muscle in less time with less workouts. And the Slim Firm Tone shows you techniques that you can use to achieve a natural firm tone for your body. These two are beasts of courses in a good way. They are very robust courses with tons of demonstrations because pulling off a successful body shaping regime is not just the workouts themselves. You have to schedule a routine, a workout plan, and a nutrition plan. There's a lot there, but I have broken it down where I actually give you the regime template of my signature workouts. So you just show up and decide what you want to achieve and follow the program that I advise you to. Our clients have told us this is the best workout training out there and it is valued at only 2.8. And these are real values, by the way, not fabricated or inflated values. These are actual market values for these courses, although we create better courses than most people out there simply because we break it down into step-by-step frameworks and give you the checklists, templates, and cheat sheets to go with it. So, it's not just content, you are actually moving through a process and completing a workbook. Now, the low-carb intermittent fasting. This is one of our new courses and it is constantly evolving. And by the time you get to this stage, you will realize how easy we have made every process and we have closed the loop. Everything that you need from planning your weight loss journey to keto conversion to maximizing fat burning and boosting your metabolism to shaping your body is presented in a screen-by-screen training all the way to losing the most stubborn fat. And we are only adding more content. It is pretty awesome. So more important than just courses, here's the deal. You're going to get stuck. Newsflash, we have made losing weight as simple as I have ever seen done before. And by the way, I am not saying I invented the low-carb diet. I didn't invent body toning or muscle building, and I didn't invent fasting either. I simply took all the frustration I went through from buying all the courses and paying for high-priced programs, gym membership, professional trainers, and everything in between, and I put it in a step-by-step end-to-end process. I aligned the content so it makes sense in a logical flow, just like going to medical school or any other school where there's a curriculum, okay? But you will get stuck. I have made it simple, but you will get stuck along the way. You're going to have questions. You're going to get frustrated. So I created what I think is the perfect success environment. What do I mean by that? Well, we've kinda hacked the 4 things that virtually every person that wants to lose weight needs to have. The things that a startup dieter needs to successfully transform their body, and I call it the MAPS environment. This stands for mentorship, accountability, peer support, and systems. In other words, you need mentorship from someone who's been there and accomplished what you want to accomplish. You need accountability. You need to show up and have a clear goal for the day, for the week, or for the month. Say what you're going to do and actually report back and accomplish it. You need peer support. You need to surround yourself with awesome focused-minded people who are going where you're going and even are a bit ahead of you that can help you pull along the way. And you need systems. That's what we've been talking about for this training. You need the frameworks and the templates and the training in a step-by-step format, okay? So we've put all that together. All the training with live coaching webinars and access to a community of people who are there to help you, who you're going to be helping. I put all that in one place, okay? So very, very simple. All these courses separately without the deceptive marketing, you might even think this is low for these courses, especially if you bought other high-priced courses that go for over 20,000. Or if you consider products that you buy that cost you about 2,000 Rand a month, added together, it comes to over 24,000 a year. Now, the worst part is these products only solve one piece of the puzzle that don't fit together. What I have for you here is the real value, 16.6, okay? Don't worry, that's not what I'm going to charge you. Hang on, you're going to love this. I have thrown some bonus courses into this offer because this is content upgraded in the past that people really love, like how to lose belly fat naturally, which is one of the most downloaded books on Kindle. I had one of the best-selling insulin control diet booklet that explains why some people struggle to lose weight on the low-carb diet and which foods trigger insulin as much as carbs do, even though they are not carbs themselves. I have added that here. Plus, we are always adding new content. How to make the low-carb diet cost-effective for you and save, how to create your own meal plans and recipes suited for your needs, goal, and how your body responds, how to start your own weight loss course, how to build more muscle without supplements, how to find time to work out when you have a busy schedule, how to manage your diet with limited time, and everything else, right? So we are always looking at the next friction, the next frustration that our members have, and creating great content to satisfy that. Okay, so if you add all that together, the courses, the bonus courses, and everything I've talked about, it's pretty awesome. About 20,000 Rand value. Now, am I saying I'm going to charge you 20,000 Rand? Absolutely not. Am I going to charge you 10,000 Rand? No, not even close. Am I going to charge you 1,000 Rand? No, not that either. And am I not going to charge you 500 Rand? Nope. Am I going to charge you 400 Rand? Nah. Am I going to charge you 300 Rand? You see, this is why this is disruptive. I don't want to freak you out, but here's the deal. Everything I've talked about, I put together into one product for 187 Rand per month. Check this out. I mean it. 187 Rand per month for everything that I've talked about. All the courses to block fat production, to achieve keto conversion, to reshape your body, to get a flat tummy, plus a growing curriculum of courses we are releasing. This is absolutely the world's most effective platform to learn how to lose weight on the low-carb diet when you're starting from over 30% body fat. What's really cool is that people love the webinar sessions that we have as well, okay? So it's time to say goodbye to all that frustration and stress and buying expensive meal plans, recipes, or courses that only fit one piece of the puzzle. And you know you have a lot of passion, but you are not getting the results that you want because you are frustrated. Well, of course you are not getting results. You are not following a clear path. You're trying to piece it together, which could take 10 minutes or 10 years, okay? So I have been there where you are now, and the biggest pivotal moment for me, the biggest game changer, was when I realized that often the solution lies in a sequence of simple steps rather than one big giant leap. If you consider your time and money, how much you have lost and will never get back, I have been there and I want you to free yourself from where you are stuck now, and I've removed the financial excuse for you. Before maybe you'd say, well, this course or this program is too expensive. So I have worked and refined and tested to bring you an offer that disrupts the industry, and it's a guru killing program. It's a revolution. We stand against all that guru stuff. The big promises where everyone is selling you the 3 steps to X, Y, and Z, and then you pay over 1,000 to 2,000 Rand a month only to lose water weight. But then you are stuck with how to lose fat, how to shape your body, and how to lose stubborn fat. It's a pain, right? So we've put everything under one roof. It's super powerful. All you have to do if you want to get started is click on the link or button below to start transforming your life now. So people associate price with value, thinking the higher the price, the more valuable it is. I'm telling you that we've created equally or more effective courses content, added the frameworks and templates, and training and support behind it, and charging you 10% for the price. So with any one of these other courses, you're guaranteed to pay more. I'm saying come to our community, try it. We have the best content, we are the cheapest, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can get half off if you sign up annually. So you get 50% off. That comes out to less than 95 Rand a month. okay? It's amazing the kind of transformations people are experiencing with us. It just fires me up every day. I hear people saying, hey, I finally reached my target weight. People are saying, oh, I can now wear my favorite dress. So what would be the risk for you if I take this down to 187 Rand a month and offer you a money back guarantee? At 6 Rand per day, it's less than what you will pay for a cup of coffee or a bottle of water, and yet you get value that is priceless. For about 6 Rand a day, you get to learn how to lose weight and shape your body using a clear success path with a complete checklist from where you are to where you want to be. And if you opt for an annual membership, you will be paying as little as 3 Rand per day. There is no weight loss and body shaping A to Z program that walks you from planning your diet to achieving keto conversion to maximizing fat burning and optimizing your performance to boosting your metabolism with workouts to losing stubborn fat with intermittent fasting. I haven't seen it out there, and our members haven't seen anything like this out there. So come and join our community and lose weight and shape your body on the low-carb diet. All you have to do is click on the link or button given below to sign up right now for only 187 Rand a month, or you can save half off with an annual membership and come and experience weight loss like you've never known possible. We have taken away the pain and frustration that most dieters face on the low-carb diet. If you want to learn how to lose weight on the low-carb diet, click on the link given below and sign up for only 187 Rand per month. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the community.